Are you ready to get your fix?
With the Wicks here on this beautiful Wednesday, December 14th, 2022, and welcome to the show. If it's your first time on this channel, we talk all things NFL related. So if that's something you would like, you can help me reach my goal of 200 subs by Christmas. We're only 4 away, so make sure to subscribe down below and hit that like button. All right, today is Wednesday. Obviously, we just talked about that, right? And every Wednesday throughout the entire season, I'm going to give you guys, or I have given you guys, my power rankings and game picks, and nothing changes this week. We're going to dive right into my Week 15 power rankings and game picks, in which the game picks are done by myself and 2 of my buddies, Y4 or John and Logan Baumgard. So let's dive into it with the power rankings starting from 32, working our way to number 1. At 32, we have the Houston Texans, still the NFL's worst team by far. They had a chance. They almost snuck it away against the Dallas Cowboys. They didn't get the dub, so they're staying at 32. At 31, the Denver Broncos. Look, they started off real rocky. I believe at one point it was 35 nothing or 28 nothing, whatever the case may be. They found a way to kind of sneak back into there. However, with the start that they had, this team might have some promise, but I'm not buying it. Okay, I'm just not buying it. They're at 31. Now at number 30, we have the Indianapolis Colts. The reason for that, I guess we can talk about it after this. At number 29, the Bears, and 28, the Falcons. Those 3 teams are staying where they were from last week because they did have a bye, so I didn't want to move them anywhere unless I felt necessary. And when I say necessary, I mean it would most likely be if they were in the top 10 and they had a bye week and I feel like other teams were performing a little bit better, then maybe I'd switch it, but I didn't. So those are the 30 through 28. At 27, down 2 spots, the Pittsburgh Steelers. They lose to the Baltimore Ravens. Had multiple chances to come away victorious. However, Mitchell Trubisky, okay, like Mark, our Steeler Nation Australia fan says, he was terrible. 3 picks. They end up losing. How you doing? Keep it moving there at 27. At 26, down 3 spots, the Arizona Cardinals. They take a massive defeat to the New England Patriots. Doesn't look good at all. Kyler Murray done for the year. Colt McCoy, let's see what he has in the bag. I'm not sure it's going to look great. At 25, up 2 spots, Los Angeles Rams, after having a miraculous comeback victory by none other than Baker Mayfield. Yeah, Baker Mayfield came in 2 days' notice, was able to lead this offense down the field in the last couple seconds of the game and get a dub. Unheard of. Just fantastic. Good for them. They're at 25. At 24, staying right put where they were last week because they did have a bye, the Green Bay Packers. At 23, up 3 spots, the Carolina Panthers get a nice win over the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks, they're looking a little weird. I'm not sure what's going on there, but Carolina gets a much-needed dub. Now down 3 spots at 22, the Las Vegas Raiders. Their season kind of, you don't expect it to go this way, but at this point in the year, you kind of do. And look, they just can't stack up enough wins. They're at 22. At 21, staying right where they were last week because they did have a bye, the New Orleans Saints. And up 2 spots at number 20, the Los Angeles Chargers get a nice dub over the Miami Dolphins. I didn't expect that to happen. I had the Dolphins winning that one, but the Chargers prevailed, and they showed that, hey, we can be good when we want to be good, but we can also be bad when we want to be bad. They're very inconsistent, but they're at 20. At number 19, the Cleveland Browns down 4 spots. Not looking good. Okay, they get absolutely destroyed by the Cincinnati Bengals, in which Joe Burrow never beat the Bengals up to this point. However, he changed history and got that dub against Cleveland. We got to figure something out. Hopefully, Deshaun Watson can get going and be promising for that team because you never know what he has in store, I guess. At 18, staying right where they were last week because they did have a bye, the Washington Commanders. Then at 17, up 3 spots, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars, Duval, if you will. I mean, look, they got a nice win over the Tennessee Titans this past weekend. You can't do much more than be like, wow, this is a better team than the past 5 years, basically. Then we look at number 16, down 5 spots. The New York Giants got absolutely embarrassed by the Philadelphia Eagles. I thought going into this one, it was going to be a close game. That was not the case. The Giants got blown out. I believe it was like 45-22 or something. Like ridiculous, right? So they're at 16. At 15, down 1 spot, the New York Jets. Look, they lost to the Buffalo Bills. It was a close game at halftime. I believe it was like 0-0, whatever the case was. But look, they fought tooth and nail. I only moved them down 1. At 14, same situation. The Tennessee Titans, I moved them down 1 because, yes, they did lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars, who I have behind them, but Tennessee, to me, just feels like the better overall team. I guess we'll see in this week and the upcoming weeks where they really land in my power rankings going forward, but they're at 14. At 13, down 1 spot, the Seattle Seahawks after losing to the Carolina Panthers. They're still an okay team. They might make the playoffs. They could find themselves out of the playoffs as well. I'm not really sure. That's kind of why I have them in the middle of the pack, towards the top a little bit, at number 13. Now at number 12, up 5 spots, the New England Patriots after taking down the Arizona Cardinals in a much needed win, and now they're at, I think they moved into the 7th seed of, the wild card round for the AFC. So congrats to the Patriots so far. Again, at number 11, up 5 spots. The hottest team in the National Football League, a team where everyone wants to say it's the Lions, right? They're never good. It's the Lions, or it's the Jets, it's the Jags. No, the Lions are good. They are very good. They're really hot right now. They got a nice win over the Minnesota Vikings this past weekend. It is what it is, but I cannot wait to see what this team can do down this stretch. And hey, we might potentially see the Detroit Lions in the playoffs. Weird. But hey, they deserve it. At number 10, down 1 spot, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They lose. Actually, no, they got embarrassed by the Brock Purdy San Francisco 49ers. Look, Brock Purdy is pretty good at football. Buccaneers down 1. At number 9, up 1 spot, the Baltimore Ravens. They pulled off a close win against the Pittsburgh Steelers, but how good are they really? Well, so far they're leading their division, so that's a plus. That's why I got them at 9. Then we look at number 8, the Miami Dolphins. They stay right put because they did lose to the Chargers, but I still think this is a very, very good football team. I think the teams behind them, at least the Ravens and the Bucks, are worse than the Miami Dolphins, and the teams above them are a little bit better or have the edge over the Dolphins. Like at number 7, for instance, who beat them? The Minnesota Vikings, down 1 spot after losing to the Detroit Lions. I thought about moving them further down, but look, it could be a fluke, but at the same time, I don't know 100% sure. I mean, the Minnesota Vikings defense has got to be better, okay? They're still a 10-3 team. They're a good one, and they did beat the Dolphins, so that's why I have them at number 7. And finally, for my top 6 in my Week 15 power rankings, starting with the Cincinnati Bengals up 1 spot, getting a massive dub over the Cleveland Browns. I'm not going to move them any higher because the teams above them are they're simply better, okay? Down 3 spots at number 5, the Dallas Cowboys. I moved them down 3 because, look, they almost lost to the Texans, the worst team in the National Football League. They found a way to come back late in that one and secure the victory. A tough-fought battle equals a dub. That's what they did. However, sloppy football, okay? You're not one of the best teams in the NFL and lose or almost lose to one of the worst teams. Granted, it is the NFL, so anything can happen, but they're down 3. At number 4, at 4, moving up 1 spot, the Buffalo Bills. They get a nice dub over the Jets. I moved them up 1 because I still think they're better than the Dallas Cowboys. At 3, staying right where they were last week, I have the Kansas City Chiefs after their close win against the Denver Broncos. They started off hot, they scored a bunch of points, and then they kind of coasted. Let off the gas a little bit and allowed the Broncos to come back into it. That's why I kept them at 3. At number 2, up 2 spots, the San Francisco 49ers. This might be, other than the Philadelphia Eagles, who I do have at 1, they're going to be there probably for the rest of the season unless they just, shit the bed, plain and simple, or at least to say. And the Niners, though. Most complete team, or one of them besides the Eagles. Brock Purdy can step in there and do his thing, and it really won't be bad football because you have Christian McCaffrey. Deebo Samuel is hurt. He's expected to miss the next couple of weeks. We have the playoffs here in, 3-4 weeks, something like that, so he should be ready to rock and roll come playoff time. But I'm liking this defense. I'm liking every little thing about them. And number 1, like we just talked about, the best record in the NFL, the Philadelphia Eagles. They are on an absolute road. Okay, a roller coaster, not really a roller coaster, but they are an absolute wagon. They get things done. They get dubs in massive ways. They're at number 1. That's my Week 15 power rankings. Let's dive into the Week 15 matchups this week. We're going to give you my game picks along with my buddies. Let's see who we have winning. So starting with Thursday Night Football, we have the San Francisco 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks. San Fran gets the dub. Then for Saturday Night Football, which is weird because this usually happens, but hey, we got 3 games. First one being the Colts and the Vikings. This one's pretty easy. I feel like the Vikings are going to get the dub. However, history says the Vikings will lose this game. They're 0-6 against the Colts in their last 6 games. They're 7-18-1 in their basically in history of the Vikings franchise against the Colts. Then we look at the Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. All three of us came to an agreement that the Browns will get this one done. And then we look at the Miami Dolphins against the Buffalo Bills. You could pick Miami here. However, Buffalo gets the dub. Then we look at Sunday's slate of games where we start with the Philadelphia Eagles at the Chicago Bears. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, give me the Eagles. Then we have the Falcons at the Saints. Me and Logan chose the Saints because they are the better team going in this one. However, John chose the Falcons. Not really sure why. But hey, they do have a rookie quarterback starting in Desmond Ridder. Maybe they find some juice. Then we look at Detroit Lions at the New York Jets. Me and Logan have the Lions winning this one. They're the hottest team in the NFL. Who says they can't be beat? Well, John does. John thinks they're going to be beat, okay? Because he has the Jets winning this one. So we'll see. Then we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Carolina Panthers. Me and John chose the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this one. Logan chose the Panthers. I'm interested to see what direction this game goes in, because either of these teams, can win that ball game. Then we shift gears over to the Dallas Cowboys at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Logan and John chose the Cowboys to win this one. I chose the Jags just for the simple fact that, hey, the Cowboys are beatable. We've seen that last week. I think the Jags upset them. I really do. That'd be awesome, not only for other teams in the NFC to maybe sneak into the playoffs or something, but look, that's my pick. Then we look at the Chiefs at Texans. Again, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, give me the Chiefs. And we have the Cardinals at the Denver Broncos. All three of us chose the Broncos, and maybe that's because Kyler Murray's done for the year. The Cardinals look bad, very, very bad. So let Russ cook, and let's ride. Broncos win. And Patriots at the Las Vegas Raiders. I thought I chose the Patriots to win that one. Interesting. I'm going to double check. I did. So I got to fix that graphic. Okay. All right. I had the New England Patriots winning that one. I think they're the better team. They beat him already. Or no, they haven't beat him already. But against Josh McDaniels, who doesn't look like that great of a coach, Bill Belichick's going to have his number. Raiders get the dub for John and Logan. I have New England. Then we look at the Tennessee Titans at the Los Angeles Chargers. I have the Titans, and John has the Titans because they probably are the better team, but the Chargers, you never know what you're going to get. That's why Logan chose them. Then we have the Bengals at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. John and Logan chose the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this one. After that last week game, getting embarrassed, by San Fran, and Cincy pulling off a pretty decent win against Cleveland, give me the Bengals. The Bengals are going to win. Sorry, Tom. I love you, man, but Bengals get the dub. Then for Sunday night football, the Giants take on the Washington Commanders. John and Logan chose the Commanders to win this one. I chose the Giants just out of pure whim. Like, hey, maybe they get it done because this is going to be a good game. I highly recommend tuning in for this game. And last but not least, Monday Night Football. We have the Los Angeles Rams with Baker Mayfield taking on the Aaron Rodgers-led Green Bay Packers. All three of us came to a consensus that Green Bay is the better team, and they get the dub on Monday Night Football. So there you have it, my Week 15 power rankings and game picks for, let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. I'm excited. It's already Week 15, which is kind of crazy. We only have a couple more weeks left of this. Then we have the playoffs and so on and so forth. So make sure to drop a like, leave a comment on what you liked and what you didn't like of the power rankings and game picks. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Only 4 away from 200 subs. Have a great rest of your day, folks. And you just got your fix with the Wicks.